Or are you just going saying, I'm going to kill this guy?
Well, it depends what year. So, like, at 13 years old, I played the longer game because my game wasn't about being better than you at 13. It was to be better than you when, the chips are really on the line. So when we played at 13, I would size you up and see what your strengths and weaknesses are. How do you approach the game? Are you silly about it? Are you goofy about it? Are you good at it just because you're bigger and stronger than everybody else? Right? Or is there actually thought and skill that you put into it? Right? And when I'd play to my weaknesses. I wouldn't play to my strengths. I played to my weaknesses. Because when you're playing summer basketball, there's so many games. So there's not a lot of skill work being done. So when are you going to get better? Right? When you're playing in competition situations, you're only playing to your strengths. Why? Because you want to win. Right? So what I would do, I was work on the things during those games that I was weak at. Left hand, pull-up jump shot, post game. Right? So I have a strategy. And so then fast forward to when I'm 17 and my game is completely well-rounded and that player at 13 that I saw at 13 is still doing the same shit at 17, now you got a problem.
That's right.
You got a problem.
Man, I just want y'all to know that I shot this whole video, everything, and didn't press the record button, so this is my second time through it. Man, that's tough. But alright, so let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Right here we got Kobe Bryant talking about how he was strategizing how to become the best player by his senior year when he was 13 years old. And all I got to say is, if he was thinking like this and strategizing like this at 13 years old, man, he truly is one of the greats. I mean, to be thinking this way at 13 years old is phenomenal. And to be able to put it into practice and to actually execute on it is otherworldly. That's genius level stuff that he's talking about. And this is something that I see happen a lot. A lot of kids, at a younger age, they might have a physical advantage or something like that, and they lean on that so heavy that once that is no longer an advantage for them, it's hard for them to still be one of the best players because their strength advantage, everybody's getting bigger and stronger. And so once everybody's the same size and strength as you, you've lost your advantage and now you're no longer a better basketball player. And so what Kobe did was he went and worked on his weaknesses. And this is something that is great. So he's eliminating his weaknesses on his way up. But one thing that I don't agree with you working on your weaknesses in the game. And like you said, during summer basketball, you're playing a lot. It's not a lot of opportunity to work on your skills. But I will work on those things during practice before I bring them to the game. If my left hand was weak on layups, I wouldn't just go out in the game and just try to shoot left hand layups. I would work on that in practice until I got to a point where I was confident with it, and then I would start implementing it in the games. I wouldn't go out there and show everybody my weaknesses during the game. There's plenty enough time in the day for you to go work on your weaknesses. When it's not a shot clock up there and the referee and all these things and every people in the stands, you can do that by yourself and become pretty good at some of your weaknesses before you bring them to the game. And so that's the only thing that I would change. I mean, you still want to make sure you work on your weaknesses and get good at everything. You also want to sharpen up your strengths as well. But I don't think you should go out and work on your weaknesses while you're in an actual game. That's not very, most people really can't even do that, because if you go out here working on your ball handling, you're not a very good ball handler, you turning the ball over, your coach is going to put you on the bench anyway. I mean, unless you're Kobe Bryant, you might be able to make as many mistakes as you want and stay on the court, but that's not the average person. That's not you. So you don't want to go out there and show the world your weaknesses while you're working on them. You want to work on those in private until you're confident enough to put those in your game. And this is a strategy that you can use too. If you're a young player, other players might be better than you right now. They might be looked at as better, but if you put in the work over time, you're going to walk those players down. You're going to catch them. I mean, myself, I was cut from my JV team 2 times in a row, my freshman and sophomore year. But I kept working on my game. I kept improving. I transferred my junior year, so I had to sit out my junior year. And I kept working. This whole time I'm working on my game. I'm believing that my time will come, and by my senior year, I was one of the best players in the state, all state, and received a college basketball scholarship and all those things. But I wasn't focused on the right now, even though I was getting cut and looked at as not that good of a basketball player. I kept putting in the work, and I knew I was going to catch up later down the line. All right, so, and you can do the same thing. And one thing that you can do to help you catch up to the competition is by downloading this free course we got in the description or in the bio, wherever it's at. You can download that. It'll help you out a lot with attacking the basket and reading the defense. And so I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.